Back in 1996, it became mandatory on U.S. produced vehicles to have onboard diagnostics, OBD2 it was called, where you could, under the dash, typically located, you could plug in computer reading device and it would spit out some codes that would help you diagnose issues to see if systems were working right. Now in today, fast forward many years from 1996, many of you would get alerts on apps or via text on the health of your car, if you will, right? It knows what your tire pressure is, it knows how much of your oil life is left, stuff like that. So diagnostics has come a long ways. You know, my father-in-law and some of my family are in the industry with the vehicles and all that sort of stuff, and they kind of joke sometimes that they feel like they spend as much time on a computer as they do turning a wrench in many cases anymore. So how that world has evolved. So let's fast forward or flip gears here a little bit and talk about how does that relate to finances. Diagnostic. Are you taking advantage of all the diagnostic and testing that's available to you for your finances, for your retirement plan out there? Think of one example here with risk assessments. When is the last time you've put your investment portfolio through a risk assessment or stress test? What is the true risk you're taking? A lot of times people will throw together an investment plan and maybe it's doing okay or they feel like it's doing okay because they're getting reasonable returns. Hey, I got 8%, I got 12%, whatever that number is, and you feel good about it, so you kind of just assume it's okay. Are you ready for a bad year? Do you know how much risk you're taking? Also, going even a step further, what is the diversification of that? You know, over the years as you add or take things away from your investment, are you still as diversified as you think you are? Are you still invested in appropriate things? Again, diagnostics, look at this. There's tools out there today that break apart portfolios that advisors use to help learn where these things at to make sure things are within your risk tolerance, stuff like that. How about diagnostics when it comes to tax planning? Having a tax professional break apart your tax return, looking ahead at what you have in IRAs or pre-tax accounts, looking at kind of your timeline for when you're going to be using or needing funds and kind of taking a peek at tax brackets and all that sort of stuff, Roth conversions, optimizations, capital gains, tax harvesting, all these sort of things out there. So having some diagnostics, some looking ahead, digging deeper with like tax planning can be vital to be saving you thousands of dollars over time. So there's no mandatory thing like it did with automobiles in the US back in 1996 where they mandatory said all new vehicles have to have this diagnostic testing. Investment portfolios don't have that. So you, as the investor, as the individual that's hoping to retire, you're the one that has to order up that diagnostic test to open that hood and look under it and see what you have. So hopefully you take the time to break that apart and do that. Remember, retirement is like 20 to 30 years of unemployment. That investment has to be able to produce a paycheck for you so you can do all those things you want to do in retirement so you can plan to retire well.